Welcome back to New York Talk, the Rotherham United, the instant reaction this one, the Rotherham United podcast. Voice, I hope the voice will make it through this episode. 2-1, a late win, Mick. It's one of those days in football where you forget ignore table, ignore what's happened in the past. That is just a moment in time almost. It was just that goal at the end and the whole stadium and everything else. That's one of the reasons we all love football for moments like that.
I don't know if they're over-egging it a little bit.
The last minute wins is almost what football's all about.
It is, absolutely. Everybody loves a last minute winner, don't they?
Yeah.
Everybody does. And given you can't forget what's gone off in the past, I don't think you can.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, and what I'm going to say, I think that's the reason why it's been such a long time coming, that performance and that win. So yeah, you've got to be happy with that. I've lost my voice.
Your voice is not going to last.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, from the word go, there was even within 5 minutes you could feel the air of lift in the stadium. The sun was out, which obviously helps. But this was a different Rotherham United, a chalk and cheese Rotherham United compared to last week against Crawley. It's unbelievable. It's basically the same 11 players because it was just. We said it on Tuesday night. This is a Rotherham United performance again.
Yeah. Oh, well, you've just stole what I was about to say. That's exactly right. It was a Rotherham United performance, and it's the first of maybe arguably Tuesday night. I didn't see the game Tuesday night, so I can't really comment. But certainly, from a home performance, it's the first Rotherham United performance I've seen in 2 years, arguably. Yeah. With the exception of maybe a couple of games. We had pride. They played with pride. They played with passion. They played with not a little bit of skill and ability, and they played with some width. That W word.
Oh, I love width.
And listen, that was not perfect performance by any stretch of the imagination. We were under the cosh a lot of the time, and I'm sure if any Blackpool fans are watching this, they're going to wonder what the hell we're talking about. And quite rightly so, I would say, because it wasn't a classic performance by any stretch of the imagination, but in relation to what we've had to put up with this season, particularly, that was top draw, and in relative terms, it was just a bang average League One game, I would suggest probably. Possibly. But from our point of view, such a massive improvement. It's difficult to start really as to where to describe it.
Yeah, it is. I agree with my Blackpool fans. Yeah, we're not saying we're Brazil, but
not by any stretch.
For us, it felt like a big step forward. Let's start with the goal. First goal, Mick Hacks with the first one. I think it's his fifth goal of the season. Scrappy, properly scrappy. I mean, the second one I suppose was scrappy as well, but the keeper's made a wonderful save from Wilkes. That's a really good save for the keeper. I think it's come off his legs, but. We were the better team up until certainly for the first half entirely for me. Yeah,
I think so. I'd argue it weren't scrappy. Personally, okay. I thought it would have good header back across the box. Wilkes was waiting at the back post where he should have been. Keeper pulled off a great save, and Hacks were following up. I mean, he weren't a 30-yard screamer, but it wasn't a ping pong, off 52 players and Sam Nombe's backside again. But yeah, you've got to be there, haven't you? And Hacks. As the manager said after Tuesday night, Hacks owed him a goal, and he's got it. He's given it him. He's supplied it him today. So, I thought, the first half, I thought we were arguably the better side. Blackpool have been very disappointing for me today. Yeah. They've huffed and puffed all day and produced very, very little. And I don't think, had they not got the penalty, I don't think they were going to score a goal.
No, but that's got to be credit down to us. We'll move on to the second half now, but that's down to us that there was a structure. There's an obvious way when they move forward, our team as a team move back together, and it's very, very obvious the setup that there is. And let's not talk about what's happened in the past, but that made it very difficult for Blackpool to break it down. Yeah. I agree with that. Without the penalty, I didn't really see it. There are a couple of good crosses, which everybody's going to have a good cross or two. Yeah. But they didn't have the edge today, did they? I mean, they've won 6-8, I think, before this, so they clearly do have that edge. Yeah. They just obviously weren't on it today, and we overpowered them. The negative is that in that second half, a better team would have put us to bed because we could not change it. No, because his hands. I'm sure his hands are completely tied at the minute. Yeah. To come out of that with 3 points is an incredible achievement. With 2 subs we were able to make. Well, Clark Harris of 3. Yeah, that adds into the feeling of the game as well because we were under the cosh and there was nothing we could do about it.
Well, no, and when you actually look at it, arguably we're playing one defender in a back three.
Yeah.
You know, we're playing a right back as a centre half in a back three, and he's the only defender in there. So that kind of sums up the situation we are in terms of where we are in terms of injuries. But I thought you're right. We had a shape, we had a plan. There were some tactics. We knew everybody appeared to know what they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Kelly, well, I mean, I was going to say who knew, but what I would say is all of us, apart from two people, knew what he was capable of, and he controlled that midfield today. He did exactly what you expect of him, a player of his ability and his quality and his experience. He stroked the ball about everywhere. He held that position in front of the back three, back five, and had a fantastic game with Powell as well. And Powell kind of played almost a similar role. The reins have been taken off straight away. It's so obvious. So, it's a really, really pleasing performance. Yeah,
very much so. And then the crowning moment, Joe Rafferty celebrated like everybody in the stands through. His celebration was best bit about goal. But again, one of those moments that we talked about, I mentioned at the start, it's one of those things we watch football for, is for moments like that. Did we deserve it based on the second half? You could argue, but they'd gone to 10 men. Stupid had gone down to 10 men. It's their own fault. But the way, the noise at New York and everything else, celebrations is, I'm sure, his first home game as manager. He'll never forget that moment, and the players will never forget that moment. It was just special.
It was special. It was. And it sounds daft. It really does sound daft, sitting, 14th, 15th, 16th in league, nothing to play for, and you get a last-minute winner, and all of a sudden it's a special goal, but it is. And it's because of everything that's gone before. You can't not talk about that or not make reference to that. It was fantastic. Really great feeling. And I've lost my voice as a result.
Voice is gone. Now comes to, this is normally very easy. We go, man at match, well, there's only one to pick from. Man of the match, there's literally 9 players who you could pick from. Remember, in the comments, let us know who your man of the match was. Our sponsors gave it to Joe Powell, and it's difficult for me to go against Joe Powell. I thought it was Joe Powell's best performance, maybe all season. Certainly Liam Kelly's best performance in a Rotherham shirt. Certainly Lewis Sibley's best performance in a Rotherham shirt.
Certainly second half,
Certainly second half. Nombe was excellent. Cam Humphreys was very, very good. Hacks was very, very good. Dawson had his moments where he flapped a little bit. But if I had to be pushed, which is what we're pushing for man of the match, I'm going to go Joe Powell.
It's difficult to argue against that. I can't. I mean, Liam Kelly was excellent. And I love that kind of player. I love that sort of Dan Barlasser type player. And he's not as good as Dan Barlasser, don't get me wrong, but that sitting holding midfielder, he just runs the game. And I thought Kelly was brilliant today, but Powell just sort of edges it for me, I think.
Yeah. Isn't it nice to be stood here, smiling, being positive?
Can I just a big shout out to Jordan Hugill as well for coming on and basically getting the assist for the goal. A towering header from that cross in and just down for Rafferty to tap it in at back post. So
the cameraman saying Nombe. Nombe headed it down.
A shout out to Jordan Hugill, who came on and ran about a lot. He looks eager.
He does look eager.
He looks eager. He looks keen, and I think he's going to be an important player for us
if he stays.
Yeah,
I agree. Just a good day. Just is there anything else you want to mention?
No, I'm just so happy about it. I'm so pleased that we've managed to get a result and a performance. The performance is everything for me, and that was outstanding.
Well, I said Simon Thorne, who obviously does the YouTube. I said to him, even if we'd have lost that game, I'd have been okay. I'd have been gutted. I'd been absolutely gutted, but I'd have been pleased with the way we played and pleased with everything that came with it. If we'd lost, it wouldn't have been necessarily down to Matt. I'm sure anybody else. We couldn't do anything to change it, and that's what would have cost us. But it didn't cost us. Thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you've put in the comments below who you think your man of the match was, if it's different to ours or if it is the same as ours. We're back on Monday evening because we've got the Richard Wood stuff on Sunday. So don't join us Sunday evening because we won't be there. Let's keep an eye on this. Make sure you've subscribed as well because the numbers are shooting up and up and up, as you might expect with the week we've had. Give this video a thumbs up, see how many likes we can get on this video. Thank you all for watching, and as always,
up the Millers!